So I'm adjusting my 4 samples, and I've chosen these samples because number 1 and number 57 are the same height virtually. In fact, this one is a little bit higher than this one. Even with the overstrung scale, it doesn't matter. There's an overall crown. And these two, which equal each other, so these are 2-inch bore, and these are 1.8-inch bore. I shimmed out the whipping rail just a little in a balance of the consideration of where the jack is, what the dip can be, and it's pretty much at the max it can be. Let off drop, aftertouch, and also the weight. So I'll quickly take you through that. Okay, so I'm just taking it down to where I'm sure that it's not pressing against the template, and then I bring it back up to. The changing from one style action to another it changes all sorts of things. One thing about this action is that its keys are not 2 to 1, they're less than 2 to 1, and the knuckles, instead of being 17 or 15 and a half, are 18. And the parts, replacement parts, are really designed for a 112 millimeter spread, and whereas the original action is designed for 115 millimeter spread. So I've pushed and pulled until I get things to what they can be. The new parts have more friction than the old parts. There's some friction in the keys that are going to be sorted out, having to do with balance holes and bushings that are nested and so forth. So anyway, I've come up with what I think is going to be the balance weight of 37. And the way that works is that I have a 20 gram minimum up weight, and of course I'm going to have the minimum in the base. And then if I have a 34 gram pairing weight, together that makes 54. I add, that's the down weight, I add the up weight to it, so that's 20, that becomes 74, and I divide that in half, and that is 37. So 37 is the amount that if I had a 3 gram weight, if I put this on and put this halfway, well, it balances because there's enough friction. But if there were no friction, it would balance in theory with neither end touching with 37. So that's the idea. And a beauty of this system is, as you'll see here, okay, so this is 30 over 22. So you have 30 and 22 is 52, and add 22 to it is 74, divided by 2 is 37 again. And as I say, there's a little more friction in the system. I've got too much starting friction really, so I gauge it in between. So that's with the 30 and 22, but the 32 and 21, which is 53 plus 21, 74, divided by 2 is 37. It just gives a more ready symptom, and I might, there's a weight right there, so I might tweak this a little to down weight, up weight, down weight. What I'm looking for is to match speeds. And of course, friction is a renegade element here, and I'm trying to avoid the static friction at the beginning. But these two should both give a down weight and an up weight that equal each other, ideally. And so it doesn't matter which one I use. In fact, you know, if it would take it, I could use the lighter one, or I could use the heaviest one and get the same answer. And please like, subscribe, or follow the link in the notes to my website.